quý vị và các bạn, yếu sinh lý là bệnh lý dễ xảy ra với nam giới ở mọi lứa tuổi, đặc biệt là ở độ tuổi sau 30. Nguyên nhân có thể xuất phát từ thói quen sinh hoạt, đôi khi lại bắt nguồn từ bệnh lý khác. Và khi mắc bệnh, nam giới sẽ luôn cảm thấy tự ti và mặc cảm. Thậm chí nếu không tìm ra nguyên nhân và cách chữa trị kịp thời, có thể dẫn tới tình trạng vô sinh vĩnh viễn.
Trong cái bài thuốc Trường Xuân Vương, ngoài những cái dược liệu như là dâm dưng ngót, rồi ba kích, rồi kỷ tử, rồi sâm cao vân vân, thì chúng tôi cũng phải nghiên cứu công trình tương đối dài để đưa các cái thảo dược khác cộng với cái đó, cộng hưởng với đó, cho nên nó mới được bài thuốc tốt như vậy. Cái tốt thứ nhất của nó là gì? Nó nuôi dưỡng các cái nội tiết trong cơ thể tự phát triển. Cho nên cái quan điểm của tôi là chăm sóc sức khỏe sắc đẹp tự nội sinh bằng hương thảo dược công nghệ cao, thì cái Trường Xuân Vương này nó đáp ứng được.
Với hơn 20 năm nghiên cứu và điều trị các bệnh lý về nam khoa, bác sĩ Nguyễn Hữu Trọng, Viện trưởng Viện Y học cổ truyền, sản phẩm hữu cơ Việt Nam đã nghiên cứu ra bài thuốc sinh lý nam Trường Xuân Vương. Đây là liệu pháp hiệu quả giúp nam giới lấy lại ham muốn, tăng cương cứng, tăng khoái cảm, kéo dài thời gian quan hệ, giúp phái mạnh luôn khỏe như trai tân, dễ dàng đưa nàng lên đỉnh.
Sử dụng Trường Xuân Vương 2 viên một ngày giúp các quý ông tìm lại bản lĩnh trong cuộc yêu. Từ 10 đến 15 ngày giảm hẳn tiểu đêm, đau lưng, ngủ sâu giấc hơn, thân thể cường tráng hơn, minh mẫn hơn. Và từ 15 đến 30 ngày thì sinh lý cải thiện rõ rệt, ham muốn nhiều hơn, thời gian quan hệ kéo dài tới 15 đến 20 phút.
Tôi trước cảm thấy nó đau hết cái người, đau lưng. Nhưng sau khi được giới thiệu, mà ông Trọng giới thiệu nói về cái sản phẩm Trường Xuân Vương này rất là tốt, thì tôi dùng khoảng 2 tuần, tôi thấy cảm thấy người nó khỏe mạnh và người nó chủ yếu là trước kia là tôi dùng bia rượu nhiều nên là nó ảnh hưởng, mà bởi khi tôi dùng được 1-2 tháng của thuốc này là nó khỏi, nó đỡ rồi, mà coi như cảm thấy đi lại với vợ con khoái hơn.
Well, that didn't work well. Man, I'll tell you what, dropping a nut on the ladder install, dropped one on at least this one fell on my foot. Yeah, a shelf above the cockpit. Welcome to the show. We'll see what kind of show this ends up being. Great or poo-poo, we'll find out. But today what we're going to do is we're going to actually install a shelf above the cockpit. This is a DIY that you find online. They provide you with the kit, far as the mounting brackets and a template to actually make this shelf. What we did is we took that template and we took it over to a local welding shop. By local, I mean the high school. So we had some kids actually manufacture a shelf out of 14 gauge aluminum for us. You can tell that it has the actual high school weld in it. So, but yeah, we appreciate all their help in getting it together for us so that we can try to do this with a metal shelf instead of a plywood or furniture grade plywood unit up here. So it comes with 4 brackets, of course, 2 front, 2 back. It comes with 9 bolts, 9 nylon locking nuts, and washers, enough for 2 washers for each bolt to go in. Instructions tell you some of the tools you'll need. These are the tools that they say you need for the install, not the creating of the actual shelf. But something to note in the instructions. Instructions come by means of QR code. You don't get a hard copy in there, which I don't have a problem with that. I think it's okay. But if you notice on here, it says that you will need a 3/8 inch or 14 millimeter wrench. Well, 3/8 and 14 millimeters are not the same. So if you look, the only thing that you could really use a wrench for that comes in the kit is that locking nut, and you can see it is 3/8. Now, if you go with the millimeter, the reason I think maybe they say 14 because they just lost their 10 millimeter, because that's 10 millimeter, right? That nut is a 10 millimeter. So maybe they couldn't find their 10 millimeter wrench. So, you know, whoever just stuck a number in there. I don't know, but the 14 we don't need. No, at least not yet. Who knows? So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get started. What we have to do is basically we have to pop this coat hanger off. There's a bolt in there, bolt here, and then you take those out. You put the mounting brackets in, start the nuts and bolts, or start the bolt back in through there. But you leave it kind of loose until you get everything fitted, then you tighten it down. We'll go ahead and get started on that. We do need something to pry that off. So we'll just I got a little kit of stuff I usually keep in my backpack for when I'm driving around and stuff. Clippers, baby Gerber. But within here I do have a little mini pry bar. So we'll try that. It says to gently pull this back. I'm gonna slide this down in place. When you pull this out a little bit, something that can happen, just happen on me, is that'll slide out from behind the rubber. You got to push it back in. If you don't look, that's why it's burgered up. So you just need to pull it out and put back underneath the rubber. It does say to leave that kind of loose until we get it all fitted in. Alright, so we're loosely in. What we'll do at this point, we'll just make sure that our slots line up. Looks like they will. So we'll go ahead and we'll put bolts in with washers and the locking nut, and then we'll get it all squared in where we need it, tighten everything down. So far, so good. Now we just gotta get to that one. All right, so there it is. Works pretty good. We will keep an eye on it, make sure that it doesn't vibrate loose at all. Even if we did, we wouldn't hear it over the door, which I still got to find out a fix for that. That thing just rattles like crazy. But we're good to go, and I like it better than the plywood. I mean, granted, you could have bought one of these for like 400 bucks through the same people, I think. Yeah, tell me what you think. Good idea? Would you rather go with the plywood? The shop actually cut this out on a plasma cutter, but their plasma cutter is only 48 inches long, and this shelf is like 52, 53. I have to look, make sure. So what they did is they cut it out in sections. They cut it in half, and then one of the high school kids placed a weld on it. Not a pretty weld, but that's okay because it's a strong weld, and that's all that matters. Especially once we start covering this thing with stickers. But now I just got to go buy donuts for them in the morning. So, yeah. Hey, while I got you on here real quick, what does this do? I thought they were some kind of like LED lights or something, but I can't figure out how to get them turned on if it is. So, let me know.